Her hands stained with blood, but she gritted her teeth and managed to help Melanie give birth. However, the Northern Army's cannon fire grew increasingly fierce, and Scarlett knew she had to leave immediately, so she sent a message to Rhett. That night, she arrived as promised, and the moment she saw Rhett, all her long-suppressed emotions burst forth. "I miss my mom. I want to go home to see Sarah." Sarah's house was burned down. "I'll kill you if you try to save me. I will. I will. Okay. Now you're crying." Rhett gently wiped her tears away. That charming rogue always knows when Scarlett needs him. He stepped up when she needed him the most. That night, they jumped into the carriage Rhett had liberated. They sped through gunfire, witnessing food being snatched and people displaced, dodging warehouses that could blow up at any moment. Every step was fraught with death threats. But then the carriage suddenly stopped and Rhett's face turned serious. He claimed he was joining the military, fired up by all that he had seen. He lifted Scarlett down from the carriage. His eyes full of emotion, he said, "I love you more than any woman could, and I've waited for you longer than anyone else." This was a soldier who loved you, Scarlett, wanting you to feel his affection, wanting you to give him your beloved memories to fight for. "Scarlett, kiss me," he insisted. He forcibly kissed Scarlett, but she pushed him away with all her might, and he stood still as she unleashed her sharpest insults. She imagined him as a sword, each hateful word like a barbed wire, desperately trying to shove this man, who saw through her, out the door. He gazed at Scarlett, his chest heaving, as if he saw wild rose blooming defiantly amid the storm. Those sharp thorns were merely protecting her brave soul. Rhett removed his gun to keep her safe. He then disappeared into the night, leaving Scarlett feeling an unprecedented sense of loneliness and fear. But she had no time to be sad. The journey home was like wading through mud, yet Scarlett never gave up. Rhett was right, he was braver than any warrior. The carriage bumped along the rubble, with explosions echoing in the distance. The explosions rumbled like a grim symphony, urging him onward step by step. But when he finally returned to Tara, the sight before him felt like a dagger through his heart. Charred remnants of fences and desolate fields, the once grand estate was gone, and his mother had died of illness. His father, shattered by grief, lost his mind. As the last light bathed the ruins, Scarlett dragged her weary body into the fields. She yanked out a carrot, didn't even wipe off the dirt, and took a big bite. In that moment, tears blurred her vision. Her father's words echoed in her ears, and the next moment her gaze turned resolute. She tightly clenched her fists and let out a passionate shout towards the sky. From that very moment onward, it seemed as though Scarlett had experienced a rebirth from the ashes. With a fiery gaze, she took Rhett's gun and shot the northern thief without hesitation. She became a fierce leader, forcing everyone to hold their ground in the cotton fields. When her sister complained, she slapped her back. Tara was their root, they couldn't lose it. As the war ended, the North triumphed. The soldiers awoke from the pain, and Ashley was reunited with Melanie. They thought peace would bring tranquility. But the arrival of northern traders made their lives even worse, with high taxes feeling like a heavy shackle. It crushed Scarlett, and when she turned to Ashley for help, she found that once dashing boy was shattered by the war, his spirit crumpled like an empty shell, unable to offer her any assistance. Just as Scarlett felt cornered, a northern scoundrel wanted to buy Tara, claiming her mother had died caring for her sick wife. Scarlett angrily chased them away, but when her father heard of this, he tried to seek revenge and accidentally fell off his horse. He died on the spot, and the loss of family shattered Scarlett, yet she refused to succumb to despair. She recalled Rhett. To pay taxes, she tore down velvet curtains, sewing with nimble hands. With the well-made dress in tow, she got glammed up and nervously headed out. She went to visit Rhett, and when he saw her, a glimmer of surprise crossed his face until he noticed Scarlett's hands. Those hands were no longer soft and delicate as he remembered, but rough and calloused, like the war had taken its toll. The ravaged South, betrayal, cooled Rhett's passion instantly. Scarlett was ready to give anything for those 300 gold coins, but Rhett just mocked her. Scarlett's mind raced as she stormed off. On her way home, she ran into her sister's fiancé, Frank. Looking at his snobby store, a glimmer of cunning appeared in Scarlett's eyes. She was all too aware of her sister's selfishness. He would never spare a dime to save Tara. An audacious and crazy scheme began to form in her mind. In her mind, she was ready to marry Frank as part of her scheme. After that, he broke free from tradition, became a rancher, and partnered with former northern rivals for profit. Pushing ethical boundaries, she hired convicts, determined to protect Tara amidst the ruins. He was fully aware that amidst a chaotic world rife with rumors, only land and wealth could erect an impenetrable fortress. Yet, the wheels of fate turned frantically through the muddy path.